Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 1, Valencia 1. Real Madrid win 4-3 on penalties, and we will be heading into the Spanish Super Cup final. It wasn't a convincing victory in terms of winning it because we did draw it, and if you think about it, if we performed that way in La Liga, it would have been a draw. The penalties helped us out. Yes, we had a couple of chances. We didn't take them. We played probably better than Valencia did. But you can't say that's a particularly good performance, even though it wasn't the worst we have seen from Real Madrid this season. Considering we just had Villarreal a few days ago, yeah. But we progressed to the final, and we will be taking on, at the time of recording, it's either Betis or Barcelona. By the time this video has gone out, I'm not too sure when. You probably would have seen who we are getting. I expect it to be Barcelona because, I think they will beat Betis. They are probably stronger than Betis. But if there's a miracle, and if I would be asked, or I think if any Real Madrid fan would be asked, I think most people would say Real Betis simply because they're an easier side. But bring on Barcelona then. If you want, bring them on, because honestly, you gotta beat the best to be the best. I've said this a lot of times. If we want to be considered the winners of this trophy, we got to beat the big teams who are competing in it. And Barcelona are a big team and are our rivals. So, yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. If we get Barca, we get Barca. If we get Betis, we get Betis. Yeah, then obviously in a few days' time, where we're having that Copa del Rey game against Villarreal, which is again going again to the Ceramica again, playing Villarreal again after we just lost to them a couple of days ago. So I'm not too sure how we're gonna do, in that one. Obviously, we'll talk about it maybe more towards the end of the video, but today's video is obviously based on Real Madrid versus Valencia. We got a win on penalties. Let's talk about the first goal. Benzema scoring from the spot. Comet, I think it was. I don't know how you actually say it, like in terms of the accent, but Comet, making a tackle from behind, and the penalty was given. Quite surprising, to be honest. And Benzema, like typical Benzema, really scoring. However, a minute into the second half, Samuel Lino with a good goal. Vasquez has got to do better there. He lets his man just attack the ball freely. It's a brilliant cross by Lato there. The curl on it to the back post, and it's a good goal, but you have to defend better. The cross has to be defended, and the ball, when it goes to the player, you have to be marking your man. You can't just let him get the ball and score, basically. And that's what we have done. We have just let him get there and then score. It was poor. Defensively, it was very, very poor. And we went to penalties. Basically, we scored all our 4. We didn't need our 5th penalty because they missed. Comet, the centre half, missed, and the 4th kick was missed by Jose Gaya, denied by Thibaut Courtois, which then means we are through to the final. Doesn't mean much really because we might not win it, but we could still win it, to be honest. Let's talk about some of the chances. We had quite a number of chances here, to be fair. It's a game across 120 minutes because of extra time as well. So, a couple of chances. 15 minutes in, Valverde with a shot from distance, just wide of the post. 51st minute, Benzema had a shot from a tight angle, punched away by Mamardashvili, who had a really good game. I play him in the career mode. Obviously, if you guys haven't checked those career mode games out, go and have a look. We are on to episode 22, I think, so far. But go and have a look at those career mode videos, by the way, because I haven't already. He is actually very good in FIFA, and he was really solid in this one as well. Obviously, Georgia have Kvaratskhelia, and now Mamardashvili. Some young bright talents coming through, which is quite nice to see. And then Benzema's shot was rebounded straight to Vini Jr., who is denied once again by Mamadashvili in the 90th plus 5th minute, and then the last action of the 90 minutes in the 97th minute was a shot from Valverde from a very long way out, straight into the palms of Mamadashvili. Towards extra time, we had a couple of chances. Vinny Jr. had, I think, the best chance of the game with a very, very good curling effort, punched away by Mamadashvili. Cruz had a shot beaten away by Mamadashvili as well in the 105th minute. But Valencia could have won in the 110th minute with Fran Perez denied a late winner by Courtois. So that's how it went. Courtois, very, very good game, I thought. Apart from the goal, which I wouldn't say is his fault, he kept us in the game. Both goalkeepers played really, really well. I think Mamadashvili just played better because he had more to do. But when Courtois had to do what he had to do, and what he needed to do was making those crucial saves that Valencia may have 1 or 2 chances here and there. He got the job done. He made the saves that was necessary. Defensively, recently, and we've always seen it with us for the past few seasons, defensively we aren't the best. But, and I know if this is a La Liga game, we would have drawn and dropped 2 points, but it isn't really, is it? Look, with the amount of games we're gonna have to play, I'm worried because I've just seen some news that the players are already having fatigue, too tired, they can't even train. Most of the players, some of them are actually injured or discomfort. Stuff like that are going to affect our season, and I didn't expect it to come so early. You would expect it around February, March, April period, but we're in January. It's early January, right? One problem I have is up front. No Benzema. What are we gonna do? What are we actually gonna do? Are we gonna rely on Hazard or Mariano? Come on, be realistic, okay? Hazard is not going to be who we think he's gonna be. Mariano was never good enough. Why did we even bring him to the club? Apart from that, are we gonna rely on Alvaro? I did say he should be the backup on Twitter the other day, but are we really gonna rely on a young Castilla player? And our answer is no. We're not really gonna rely on him to be our backup. So if we missed out on that Ronaldo ship, we could have gone to the ship. What are we gonna do? We're not gonna do anything in January. Just wait, because if we are actually waiting until 2024 for Endrick, look at this next 1.5 years until the summer of 2024. By the way, I know 1 year from now it's 2024, but Endrick will only join in the summer of 2024, not January, the summer. And that will mean 1.5 years waiting for a player, 1.5 years rely on Benzema to be main number 9, 1.5 years of seeing Hazard, Mariano play, 1.5 years of struggles potentially. What will happen? Because Benzema is getting younger. He's 34. He's gonna be 35. He'll be 36. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna wait until 2024? Because that's what it seems to be. It seems to be, oh, we've got to end it in 2024. Let's not do any more businesses. That is what it seems to be happening, and that is going to affect us, right? It's gonna really affect us winning trophies, and you could tell the fatigue, the tiredness, mentally, physically, it struggles, and we will have to find a way to sort it out. How are we gonna do it? The club have to find a way. The club have to find a way to sort it out. But we're through to the final, obviously. I just want to give a little shout out to Valencia. They played quite well, had a couple of decent chances. Obviously, Edinson Cavani still playing football. Obviously, joined Valencia in the summer from United. They have a couple of interesting players. I mean, I've said this in another comment the other day, but Valencia used to be a top 4 contender season after season, and they aren't that anymore. I mean, Valencia, back in the days, remember Rodrigo Moreno, Maxi Gomez, Daniel Parejo, Coquelin, Paulista? I know he's still there, but these players were playing the Champions League consistently, and I mean it's a almost like a miss. I remember watching Valencia Atalanta. Was it 1920 or 1819? One of the seasons. I mean, a few years ago they were a top 4 challenging side. Now they're probably a mid-table team, 11th, 12th. I want to see Valencia back in there again, at least maybe in the top 8, top 7. You know, I think they have the squad for it. Yes, they've had to get rid of a lot of players in the last few years to get in other players, but I still think their squad is good enough. I think Cavani is still a very good striker. They still have a very decent team with a couple of young players, Musa, Moriba. So, you know, it's still a very, very decent team. It's not like a relegation battle team. It's probably more of a mid-table team, but I want to see them try to push a little bit more for that top 10, top 9, top 8, because I think Valencia have got it. I think they do. Their team is actually pretty decent. But yeah, Valencia played quite well. They'll be gutted, but it's not that tough. I mean, it's not. I don't think they will feel overly disappointed. I mean, it will be disappointed, but they won't be too sad about it. I don't think, at least. Even though yes, it's probably a cup that they could have won, but it's what it is, really, isn't it? I mean, you've got to play. You have Valencia, and you look at that game. You've got Real Madrid in the semis. If you beat Real Madrid, you have got Barca basically, or Betis, who are all stronger than you. So it's very hard to win it. Even if you get past Real Madrid, you have to play you have to play Barca or Betis anyway. So it'll be a difficult one. So you know what? Fair play to Valencia. We move on. We've got Villarreal next as well in the Copa del Rey, and then we'll be taking on Barca or Betis. Now I don't know who got it, who won basically. So yeah, time traveling. I'm gonna say Barcelona to win, but if Barca win, people will think you already know the result. When right now, I will check my phone. It is only the 13th, right? And when I say the 13th, I don't mean the 13th for the time in Spain. I mean the 13th for me, right? And I don't live in Spain. I don't live in Europe. So I don't live in America. So basically, I'm a few hours ahead. Basically, it's the 12th, and the game is happening on the 12th, right? But it's before, basically. But yeah, I do reckon Barca will win it. Maybe Betis could shock us. I mean, they have a good squad as well. Real Betis, Fekir, Canales, Juanmi, Iglesias. So we'll see what Betis could do potentially. But that'll be it for today's Real Madrid review. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.